Yeah. Hi everyone. Sorry we already did this video when I was not sick, but we have to redo it again. Um, I'm in bed. My name is Stephanie Harvey, also known as Miss Harvey. I'm a professional gamer, and this is gonna be a very painful interview for you guys to listen to because I have no voice.
Would you tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got to where you are now?
Yeah. Um, so pretty much I always wanted to be an architect for as long as I remember, but Um, there was no real career in gaming. I guess there was, but they were not like known to the general public. I didn't know I could work in gaming, so I really wanted to be an architect. I studied architecture, and I really focused on that. And then when let me just close something here. Yeah, when I went to finish my degree in France, I kind of I don't know, something happened when I was there where I really wanted to follow my dreams and passion instead of following like the path that I was always wanted to do. And although I really loved architecture, there's something I loved more, which was video games, whether it was making them or currently right now like playing them full time. And yeah, I switched my whole degree to become a game developer and also continue my passions for pro gaming. Like I restarted pro gaming because I had quit when I moved to France, and in France I restarted it, and here we are, along a lot of years later, almost a decade and a half later. I'm here doing pro gaming full time.
What inspires you throughout all of your journey?
Um, I get really inspired from like meeting people and starting projects. So uh, every time I have something new that I want to do or that I can do, I really love doing it because uh, I really like to learn. I don't know. I feel that learning is so empowering, so awesome. I'm the kind of person that whether it's a story that you tell me, I'll ask you like tons of questions about the story, or if I need to like learn about a subject I've never learned, I'll go dig in and I'll learn about the subject because I think it's really awesome to just realize that there's so much things I don't know and I want to know them because they're really cool. So I think what inspires me is meeting new people, getting to know them, and learning new things, like how people got where they are and what they're working on. Um, it really motivates me to learn and continue my journey.
Um, do you have a positive mantra or motto or routine that kind of helped you when times were tough? Or
I feel that I'm still working on that. So even at 32 years old, I still have difficulties when things are tough, I guess. But I just feel they're less and less tough, like they're overall going better, because I've grown and I like most of the issues are not issues anymore. I just see them like as like something on the road, but the road is continuing. Um, I guess I would say when something is tough, I try to look at the big picture and the small picture. So I think I've told you this the last time too. So if something is tough, like right now, like I don't know how I'm gonna get through my day, then that's an easy one, I think, because you go through the small picture and you go like, okay, let me just start with this task, this task, this task. And then when you complete tasks for me, when I check tasks, it really empowers me. It really like, okay, I did one thing. Damn, I'm accomplishing stuff, right? Um, so when it's related to like currently right now, I don't think I can do this. I do these kind of things. And when it's more like I got a job offer or I got refused a job offer or I lost a tournament or whatnot, then I look at the big picture because it doesn't matter if someone said no for a job. It doesn't matter if someone said like if you lost a tournament, it doesn't matter X, Y, Z. What matters is how you handle the aftermath. So what's the big picture? You wanna win competitions or you wanna get to do this job, then one no is nothing. It's really nothing. So you can't just take it as like the end of the world because like I don't know who the code is from, but after like before the one yes, there's or the one success, there's like 15,000 no's or 15,000 fails. So you gotta focus on the end goal at that moment.
Awesome. Um, you're a co-founder of Misclicks. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
So we started the Miss Clicks a couple years ago. Before there was, I felt there was not much initiatives with like diversity and female and gaming and geek and gaming culture, and also um, just overall to fight cyberbullying and to have safe environments and safe places to talk about these things. So we created just a much. Oh, let me. My computer is closing. We created this community for people to pretty much join us and know that they would be safe. Pretty much that uh, we wouldn't. Uh, there wouldn't. It's not even about allowing harassment. It's more about there wouldn't be any. Not because we don't allow it, but because we work together as a community to kind of lift each other up and make sure it doesn't happen. So, um, honestly, we didn't have to do the police that much. We just like announce our values, our mantras, and our mottos, and it just happened. Like even the other people in the community would, when someone was being negative, would just go, "Hey, that's how we are here. We're like lifting people up, blah, blah." And we didn't really have to ban these people. They just either left because we were so nice, or they stayed because we were so nice. So uh, it was very interesting. And we had channels on Twitch, on YouTube. We also did meetups. We at events because all of us go to a bunch of events, especially in North America for gaming and conferences, and uh, we lifted each other up by showcasing diversity in our shows, and uh, yeah, it was great.
Is there a particular show that was really a milestone for you guys, or
Um, well, for me, it was definitely Miss Lick's D&D Pirates, the first one. So it was we played Dungeon and Dragon. It was all of our first time except the Dungeon Master, and it lasted over a year. So it was a year campaign, and when my character died, it was the first character to die. We all cried for like 30 minutes. It was so crazy, and there's thousands of people watching us, so that was really cool.
so did you find yourself as a girl gamer or gamer girl or just a gamer? And do you think that gendering ourselves as women in the industry, where women are kind of a minority, is helpful or is more like hindering the progress?
Mm, I think that I don't really care much for the word girl gamer. I know some people have like really strong opinions on it, or it shouldn't exist, or it should exist. For me, I don't really mind it. I mean, I don't think it should exist, but if people want to use it, I don't really care for it. Um, I think that it's still important to talk about women in games and give them safe spaces and push them forward and at the front of the scene because we're still a minority. We're still being targeted because of our difference. Um, yes, we're not the only minority in gaming. Let's be real. I want people to understand that there's a lot of minorities, and women gaming is just it's kind of just one of them. It happens to be that I'm a women gamer and I want to make a difference within my community. Um, I still think it's important to talk about or find ways to lift them up, um, and create a better environment for all and increase diversity because in the end, everyone wins from it. Should we or not keep calling ourselves girls gamer or whatnot? For me, it's somewhat irrelevant. I just think that um, some people are using it to kind of pretend that we're not real gamers, but I don't think that it happens anymore as much as it used to happen. I haven't seen someone use it in years, so I think like in that way. So I think that's a good thing.
Do you find it empowering to be like a woman in the video game industry nowadays, or is it still a struggle? Or
Mm, I just find it empowering to be where I am in the industry with the amount of knowledge and baggage I have. So I think if I was a male or whatever, I would feel the same way. I feel that I'm at the I'm at a really crucial point in my career where I can make a difference. I know what I'm talking about. I can work on a bunch of projects. I have a voice and I want to use it for good.
do you have any suggestions of how we can all help fight against it and change?
Uh, yeah. Actually, one of the most important thing about this kind of stuff, I think, is even within amongst women, sometimes we're really mean. We don't realize it, but we're often even more mean than the guys. Um, I think that we were raised in a society where there could only have a place for one woman or like the best women or the most beautiful women or the the strongest women. Like I really feel that's how I was raised. If I was the second woman, like it wasn't good enough. So I feel that's how I got my competitive drive, but at the same time, I also feel that's like it didn't teach me how to be proud of success of others, how to be inspired of the success of others instead of kind of being like, oh, I wish it was me, or kind of jealousy, or these kind of things. Um, we're also victims of the same things that guys do to us. So uh, they question our success when we have it. Like, did she really succeed in the right ways? Like we do. Unfortunately, a lot of the women do the same. So I think, especially since I think most of the people watching this are going to be women, I think we can do something by respecting each other. If we start by respecting ourselves, then it's really going to help men to also respect us. So, and by that, I mean, for me, when I understood that, and I understood that it didn't, like, if I saw somebody else win, it didn't make me lose. And I could be proud and I could be inspired of their success and I could want the success too, but not in a jealousy way, like, "Oh my god, I wish I was able to do this and do that, and, like, my goal is gonna be to achieve something like this someday. This is inspiring." Instead of being like, "I wish it was me," like, you know? So, you just by twisting my attitude made me sorry, my computer went into sleeping again. Just by twisting my attitude, it made me change everything in my relationship with others, and I think that, it's something that we can all do right now. Like, lift each other up, be proud of each other's success, post about your friend's success on social media. Uh, you know, don't be shy to lift someone else up, even if it's not for your own benefit.
Do you have any advice for someone who is worried about being like bullied or abused for pursuing their dreams in the industry?
Um, I think that you need to realize that any industry is going to be hard. So it's just a matter of is the video game industry the industry I want it to be hard, like I want to be part of. So whatever you do, most of the jobs are extremely competitive. Um, Most of the time you're gonna have like a hard time doing whatever, whether it's within your community, within your office, within your like country. I don't know. Like it's gonna be difficult. So it's more a matter of is the industry I jump in worth it? And if you love games, it is worth it. So just focus on that because uh, if you play the victim and say, "Oh, it's gonna be too hard. I don't want to go in it." Well, anything you're gonna do is gonna be hard. So fortunately, you're just gonna have to pick the one thing that you won't feel it's work, and it's gonna be hard. And for me, it doesn't feel that it's work. It's hard, but it doesn't feel like a negative thing. It's like, oh, I had a rough day or I had a long day. It's great kind of thing.
Couple quick questions about game developing and stuff. What is the day to day like for a game developer? Like I know we talked about it last time, but just because you see the description all the time, but you're never really sure what that means.
Yeah. So I'll give you my example because I've never been in a small company, so I know for a fact that small companies are completely different. But at the same time, they're the same. So um, worked on games that had like over 1,000 people. So that's big games, and I was in charge of specific features. So my day to day was pretty much take the features from an idea to a in the game. So from writing the features, brainstorming the features, discussing the feature, making sure it's possible to implement it in the game, in the engine, working with the programmers to implement in the engine, or in the game, and then testing them, making sure they're right, pushing the feature with all the other jobs, so example like animators or modeling or like story or whatever. And so for me, a lot of the job was follow-ups, and making sure things are being implemented, done right, making sure the timing are respected, making sure there's no major issues that could break the player's experience, the gameplay, the flow. Make sure the game is always up every day because if you're working with like 1,000 people and your game can't be played that day, it's literally hurting everyone's work. So make sure that your feature doesn't break anything, um, and that it's still enjoyable. Um, and taking the best ideas from people around me and implementing it in the game. So I think it's also being kind of humble about your your design because for me making the feature, yes, it was my feature, my baby, but everyone in the game used it. So if you start being selfish and being like, don't touch my baby, blah blah, this is my idea, I don't want it to change, um the game is going to hurt in the end because usually if you take the best ideas from all around, it makes it stronger. um at least in my experience, it was almost always the case. um so yeah, I think that it's a lot of meetings, a lot of emails, a lot of playing the game, uh, long hours, really passionate hours, uh, and uh, I think every job in game development has different ups and downs and aspects that you need to be strong in. For example, I think game design you need to be strong in communication and reaching people out because so a lot of the times you work with programmers, and I'm trying not to generalize here, but a lot of times they just like to code and stay in their bubble and finish what they have to do and be efficient, and they don't really reach to others to like, hey, come play my things. They know it works and they're happy and like they stay in their environment. um so you got to reach out to them and be like, hey, can I play what you're working on, can I see what you're working on? And most of the time they're, I would say, about 50% of the time they're annoyed. They're like, "Oh, damn it." Like, they have to stop what they're doing. They have to find time for you to play what they're doing. But in the end, I know it's probably better for everyone because then you say like, "Oh, this is really good. What you're working on. Can you switch that?" And then they don't waste their time because they switch it right away. Anyway, point is, you got to reach out to people, and it's something that um, I think it was one of the most difficult thing in game development because sometimes I also had bad days and I also didn't want to talk to people. uh, but I had to reach out, and if I didn't reach out for one day, the next day I would pay for it. Pretty much, something would have to be redone, or someone didn't understand what I wanted, or you always have to reach out to people.
So you'd say anybody looking to get into the industry, it's probably a good idea to have a lot of different skills.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that there's no specific perfect game developer. I think you can always find your way. Like, I know I wasn't strong in specific things. Like, I didn't really like doing really complex systems on my own and just doing that and having fun with economy or whatever. It's not something I really like, but I had coworkers that were amazing at doing it. And like when they would tell me what they did, I'd be like, "Oh, this is so cool." And like I would love using their things, but I didn't like doing it. And we had the same job. Like we were both game designers. So I don't think that I think that was great about working in dev is that you can really have any personality, any background, any strength, and figure out something that you can be good at, and like kind of merge with people that are good at other things and kind of complement yourself.
Fair enough. I know we're pretty much running out of time, so I just wanted to know if there's any other piece of advice you'd give out to any of the people in the audience.
I think that if you're worried about playing games, you should just have a, or you should just have, like it's easy. You should work on having a uh, close. Oh my God, I can't speak. You should work on having people around you that you can uh, kind of, how do you say that in English? Like have a group of support people that is really positive around you and that supports you. I think that's super easy to say. Everyone says that. I've heard that 15,000 times. But it really makes a difference when you either game with someone or when you have someone that's you can talk to about your problems or that you can have fun with or that supports you in whatever you want to do. It made a huge difference and still makes a huge difference for me today to have like my boyfriend and my parents or my really close friends. If I say like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this today," and they just kinda say, "Wow, that's awesome," instead of just kinda ignoring it, you know? And when you say something to people and they just kinda ignore it, for me, it made me feel like shit, like, "Oh, okay, I guess it's not that cool," you know? So, get a really good group that cares about what you do, and yeah, it's gonna change everything.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you go because you seem pretty not feeling good and stuff, but we really appreciate it a lot. So thank you for giving us some time again. But
Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here. Bye.